never that serious. It really is. It really is. Pillar Chase 2, a game we've all grown to appreciate and love, but the same game we used to enjoy playing has sort of become a headache to play at all nowadays. Let me explain why. This is going to be a discussion style video where I speak on different things that I think could help make this game more enjoyable to play. So without further introduction, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and join the Discord if you want to be a part of future videos. Let's get straight into it. I think it goes without saying that the balance in Pillar Chase is one of the main reasons that this game is in such an unfun state right now. Especially when you're playing Monster. You guys remember that tier list I made? Yeah, scratch that. Every monster is garbage when going against the God Pack. What's the God Pack, you ask? These things right here make playing Monster genuinely the most frustrating thing ever, to a point where I hardly want to be on the game at all because of them. Not only does Doomfist give you iframes, but it also makes your left clicks void for a couple seconds, and you get 3 whole charges. The nerf hardly changes anything, it has insane range, and you can basically rapid fire all 3 while you get your stamina back. Combo this with a flashbang that's easy to land, a Stefano that reveals your location, and upgrades like Energy Burst and Rewind that makes it easy to avoid monsters for a long time, and trust me, you are not going to have fun at all. That's just one thing. Another thing is, why are we nerfing monsters that are already low tier? EXE, Rosemary, Vapor, all nerfed in the recent updates. The Vapor rework isn't even overpowered. Why did we nerf him already? I mean, let's test the waters first to see how he really performs. But you want to know the one that really caught me off guard is the Samsonite nerf. This actually confuses me because without argument, Samsonite is easily the worst monster in Pillar Chase as of right now, and he's somehow gotten worse. Now I know he got the delay reduced, but that doesn't really help him at all. Neither does the stamina buff because Samsonite isn't really a chase monster. I know he's getting a rework, so it hardly matters, but we should have just left him where he was until the rework. If we're going to nerf him, let's buff him in other areas, such as letting him scroll through his doors like Inkvel, instead of having to go way back inside his domain just to go to another door. Mind you, he's slow in his domain. Or let's buff the range of beat laydown. Anything just to help Sam players actually catch people. On most maps, he actually needs more doors around the map because there's certain areas people can camp and wait for him to exit a door and just run the other way, wash and repeat until they win the round. I also don't know why EXE was nerfed. If anything, he actually needs buffs. All you have to do to beat EXE is lurk behind him and remove every trap he places. He can't sneak up on you because of how loud and obvious he is. And since the disarm is a lot faster and the cooldown is higher, EXE can't really set up trap areas anymore. This nerf needs to be reverted, honestly. And if you really want to nerf him, let's instead reduce the amount of times you have to press interact when you step into a trap. And too slow needs an in lag reduction on hit. That whole animation where he's wiping his mouth and all that needs to happen faster so he can keep pressure on the person he's chasing. I also think his You Can't Hide passive needs to be his third ability so you can press it whenever you want. I feel like players should have full control over when they want to get information on the survivor whereabouts so he can properly set up traps. Having it happen every 11 seconds makes it inconvenient sometimes, especially when it happens during the worst times, like when you're chasing someone, securing a kill, stuff like that. These buffs might seem crazy, but you have to remember that with the addition of survivor upgrades and item buffs, monsters are struggling to wipe servers. We have testers for a reason. We need to test more dramatic buffs to get monsters in a comfortable spot. To sum things up, basically balance in this game is extremely rough, which for a lot of people just makes them not want to play. To combat this issue, I think Blade should look into gathering a group of experienced veterans / good players that he could call his balance team. Having a group of people that can collaborate and come up with different changes and suggestions for everything in the game, balance wise, I think would have a very positive outcome, and we would see overshadowed monsters start to gain more recognition. That's all I have to say about balance for now. Anyway, the next subject in line is if it's one thing Pillar Chase lacks, it's quality of life. Things that just make the overall experience more enjoyable in the long run. If the game has good quality of life, it can alleviate the headache that you get from poor balancing. There's a lot of things Blade can add to make playing the game just more satisfying, giving it some replayability. I've written down some quality of life suggestions that can seriously boost this game's CCU, or player count. All of these things except for outros are things that are relatively easy to add, and will make playing pillarchase feel way more vibrant. The earn cap for coins was raised, so I think a raise on the coin cap itself would be nice. Doesn't have to be a massive raise, but with so many things to spend your money on, it would be nice to save up more than just 18,000. Map selection for Monster needs to come back. I can't stress enough how important map selection is. Even if you're going to rework it, bring back the old system until the new one is finished. It's pretty unfair to grind an hour of monster chance just to have a map like Mainland show up on your turn and you're playing a monster like EXE, Inkfill, Baldi, or monsters that are just bad on open maps. Like I said, with the addition of upgrades, monsters are seriously struggling, so the least we could have is the ability to play on a map that leans toward our monster's favor. Chase music on menu is one I would really enjoy, and would make chase theme tier lists much easier to make. There's a bunch of really good chase themes in this game, but the only time you get to hear them are the short times a monster is chasing you. Not everyone feels like pulling up a YouTube video or digging through the Discord. An easy fix for this would be to add a button to play a certain monster or a skin for that monster's theme. Sometimes people have the urge to just listen to 2017 X theme, and it would be nice if they had easy access to it through the skin menu. Client-sided music is so everyone doesn't have to listen to the songs on the radio, or the pillarchase song on the TV. This one isn't all that serious, but it would still be nice because for some people it can get annoying to hear the songs on the radio, or people spamming the TV, etc, etc. Different lobby build is one I'd also love to see. We've had the same general wooden style layout of the lobby for the longest time now. It would be nice to see a complete overhaul of the lobby map with the addition of more minigame style arcade cabinets or activities in general to combat the downtime where you're just waiting for the next round. Training range is something people have been asking about for a while. This would allow new players to learn and play a monster before buying them. This benefits everyone as it gives people a chance to really analyze a monster and practice on them. A simple base plate with a few dummies is all it takes, and it will be a great asset to literally everybody. Monster outros instead of the monster posing on windscreen would be neat. Like imagine when a mech wins, it plays an animation of a survivor crawling away, and then turns around and gets pow hopped on. Something as simple as that would be better than just posing or dancing, in my opinion. Gives the game more of a horror feeling, and this is a horror game, so. A buff on XP gain is much needed as grinding monsters takes way too much time. We need weekend boost or just a general buff on XP gain. Also, make it so when you get a server wipe, you get an XP bonus for that based off the amount of kills you got. Like an extra reward. It just would be nice for grinding monsters. Getting diamond, I think we can all agree, takes way too long. Also, when you do get diamond, it almost feels unproductive to play that monster at that point. So let's raise the cap from 100 to maybe 200, or add a prestige system. There doesn't need to be rewards immediately, but it would be nice to continuously progress your favorite monster. The monster chance system is also something I'd like to see reverted. With the addition of Taskmaster, new players won't have an issue getting monster chance anymore. And even with this new system, the top priority player gets monster literally 99% of the time. The old system worked and is favored by a lot, so honestly, I would love to see it return. Being able to view skins if a monster isn't unlocked. This is another small but helpful thing. Sometimes people want to view the skins of a monster they don't have, but they can't because they don't have that monster unlocked. So a change to this would also be nice. There's a bunch more quality of life stuff I could list, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna keep it brief. If you guys have any suggestions for this topic, let me know in the comments. Anyway, time to move on to the next subject, man. Some things I forgot to mention is that when people go AFK, it should show that they're AFK somewhere on their player card in the player list. When I use my diamond monsters, the whole lobby tends to leave or go AFK, which brings me to another point. We need compensation for people that leave during the match, whether it's XP or coins. This also includes rage quitting. People who rage quit need some form of punishment. A reduction in monster chance when rage quitting seems fair, but really anything could work. I also think this game could use more unserious aspects such as Fuadia Clock. There should be more wacky game modes that have a chance at appearing. Also, I know he already plans on adding it, but I think private server command should be a thing in the next few updates, as it gives people pretty much infinite ideas to have their own fun with friends. Right now as it stands, pillarchase seems like more of a grindy XP simulator rather than a game you can goof around in without having to focus on wiping lobbies so much. Maybe you can even add a whole server dedicated to just arcade style game modes so people can just relax for a while and not worry about sweating. I remember seeing a clip of Wish shooting like 200 gobble bombs around the map. Silly things like that is never a bad thing to include. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but the shop where you buy Doomfist Gauntlet, those items need to be more expensive. Flashbang, Stefano, and Gauntlet all need to cost more than 75 coins, because you can buy it every round and refund yourself if you just complete all your tasks. They rather need to cost more coins, or it needs to be a cooldown on buying the item. You should not be able to just buy the God Pack every single round, especially when these items are currently overpowered. Another thing that Blade already plans on fixing is maps, but this is the main reason I want map selection back. Until we resize and rework some of these maps, we need selection back. Baldi, Schoolhouse, and Gilgamesh are genuinely so annoying to play. Just like Eclipse, I think Schoolhouse needs to get vaulted until it's reworked. The sheer amount of corner camping that goes on in that map is so unhealthy and unfun. It's way worse than Eclipse, and I actually miss Eclipse. That map was fun to me, even though a lot of people don't like it because of the edge camping and stuff like that. But Schoolhouse, listen, this happened on stream. Just look at this clip of this person playing Rosemary. Really? That's all for this map. This article is now about to be looped like hell. I honestly feel bad for sending you this map. Look at this game. I might clip this and use this in my video as a perfect example to why all these needs to get removed right now and reworked for later. Look at this. It is literally not possible for this logical to win. It's not even possible. You literally can't make this up. I'm sorry, but this is a problem for literally every monster. So for now, this map genuinely has to go. It's not all bad in pillarchase. This game can still be fun to play, but it has so much potential to be 100 times better. I built my channel from this game and I hate to see it in the state that it's in. That's pretty much all I have to say. So let's jump into the final chapter, man. All in all, this game is still legendary. It's still fun to play as different monsters with amazing modeling and detail that come from different lores and backstories. Getting lobby wipes and dominating is still a satisfying feeling. Pillarchase has a really strong foundation that I can only see getting better in the future. We got monsters like Arteller and AO1 coming, and more monsters way down the line. So I see a pretty positive future for this game. This video, of course, is just my opinion, and you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm still gonna play this game and make content on it, but recently with streaming this game, the problems have started to become more obvious. Hopefully we can see some great changes down the line, but that's really all I have to say. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe because subscribing is free. Like the video, and join my Discord if you want to be a part of future videos. When private server commands come out, I'm gonna be hosting a bunch of fun videos in my lobbies. So if you're interested in that, join up. But I'm done yapping, man. Giveaway at 400 members in the Discord, and I'm out, man. Y'all stay blessed.